sitting here, and it's the house, old house, tying this all together. I wrongfully lost my child to a system that clearly has no idea what they're doing. And I know now that I have my memories back, I absolutely did do everything right. And I do know I'm an incredible mother, and everything had to happen this way. I'm done beating myself up saying I'm not a great mother. I was punishing myself for far too long, and I have to let that go. And women have to stop this hate on each other, and men have to see women's value, and women have to see men's value, and everything needed to be readjusted and reevaluated. And I never once lost my faith in God. I've been angry at God many times, that's for sure. But I never lost my faith in God. It was just something I kept to myself. But I did have to break out of my Catholic religion upbringing because that destroyed me. Because there's too many things in religion that are hypocritical. Way too many. Because God is love, and religion was written by humans that teaches us to divide. Countries that teach us to divide, separate, label, and judge. God doesn't agree with that. I better not cry. I told myself I wouldn't cry, but I need to tell the truth now. Like I've been telling the truth, but I need to tell the real truth so people understand the damage that a family can cause with lies. So I'm about to drive to, I grew up in a lot of different homes, per se, which I was kind of lucky about because that's what actually gave me, the ability to see things differently and leave. But most people don't have that. But where my stepfather would sexually abuse me. So I have anxiety, but I'll be alright. I currently feel nauseous. This was quite literally where my stepfather took my innocence away. It was spring. It was Easter. I don't know what year. I guess I can look up how old the house is to find out my age. I just thought, I said I could be wrong, right? And all of the thoughts, it's where it takes us and what we believe. But I needed to come back to relive everything. I would leave here and I was lucky at times to be able to stay with my grandma, and that's what I say. But I didn't tell anyone what was going on. And people that don't understand, kids that run away or homeless or where people, I was lucky that I had a chance in a family to get away to. Most people are not. Most people don't have any break. I used to sleep because he would come into my bedroom in different times. So if my mom was working nights as a nurse and I wanted to get away, I would sleep. There's a tunnel here. So I'd go down here and I'd go this way. And I would sleep outside. And then I'd go down there. And then leads into an underpass. And then I'd sneak back in the house so I could get ready for school and nobody would know. And I'd go to school and be everybody's friend. And I got good grades. And nobody knew. Nobody knew. And no, I've never touched a drug in my life. My stepfather killed himself on a heroin overdose when I finally told the truth about what happened. Resurrection's the name of my high school. Said I can't make this shit up. See, it's the name of the street. You can see. Oh, sorry. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. This was my high school. 1 year, only for 1 year in grade 9. And then I moved in with my dad, who, after I said, got me, basically the advice was just to get over it. And we never talked about it. My dad's alive to this day, yes. We don't have much of a relationship. It's better now than it ever was, but it was always work. Polish immigrant. Just work. So I tried not to cry. I almost did, but I've kind of relived the story over and over in my mind. I'm sitting in the parking lot of my old high school, Resurrection, looking at the house where I literally took my innocence. But you don't think of that as, that's not the term, like when you're sexually abused, you leave your body. So I never thought of it as losing my virginity. That doesn't cross your mind that way. It's true though. And then there's so much shame and guilt that comes from that because you close off from other things, and it happened at such a young age that you're so confused, and a fear takes over you. And if you don't know what it's like to live in a home where you're in constant fear and you don't even know why you're in fear, then you really wouldn't get it. Because those who grew up on love see the world different, that grew up on survival. It is different. But I guess my goal is to bridge that gap so people understand. And the ones that grew up on survival finally find a home. And home really is here. So I guess what I'm really trying to do is find and build a life of people that I want to be around, that I believe have the same mission and want to give more love to the world. That is the truth. And that's why I have such a great imagination, I guess. You can see so many things. It's because I really left my body that day. And it really was Easter. So I know who I am. And the only way I knew that was going deeper into myself and finding my spirit guides. That's it. So as much as I say I don't do anything alone, I don't, because of my spirit guides and what I see. The truth is, it's in this world, I've only done this alone. I can just see what others would call the other side. So I know it's a big deal, because I'm really trying to get people to not judge and look at people that are homeless, that are schizophrenic, that are mentally ill, that are whatever. I want them to understand that, and I want doctors to understand they've been absolutely wrong. They've been absolutely wrong with their treatments. And I have to forgive them too, because it's clear they haven't known, and they've been brainwashed, and how that ties back into money, because I know that side of it too, because I've been surrounded by people that have always chose money over me.